guys, and welcome back to another video. And before I get into this video, I just want to remind you, if you haven't already, then please hit that subscribe button. We've got so much interesting content coming this year and I just really want to see you stick around. And if you haven't already, then please make sure your notification bell is switched on, just so you're notified of when all my videos are uploaded. And if you haven't already, then give this video a thumbs up. What are you waiting for? So guys, today I really want to do a everyday makeup tutorial, but this is like how I got from 0 to 100. Basically, I'm a big catfish. My best friend Laura calls me the biggest catfish in Middlesbrough. Obviously, like, I don't take that personally. It's a bit of a joke, isn't it? We all wear makeup to make us look better and feel better. And I just want to show you how to go from looking like this to looking like this. It's really super easy, very straightforward. This is basically when I do wear makeup, because I don't wear makeup every day, but when I just want something a little bit more basic bitch, this is what I class as my basic bitch. To you, this might still be a lot of makeup, but this is like my basic face of makeup. It's really easy for you to follow as well. So I've started off by applying my primer. I have done that off camera. I always tend to like pat that in, and the one that I'm using at the moment and the one that I tend to use daily is, I love the Embryolisse Lait-Crème Concentré for everyday wear. This is a really nice moisturising primer and it just helps your makeup stick down that little bit better. But it's quite a nice one for everyday wear because it's not too heavy and it doesn't feel cakey or anything like that on the skin. So you can use this as a moisturiser, a makeup primer and a moisturising mask. And the thing that's great about this is it's suitable for all skin types. I'm not sure how much this is. I know it's not cheap, but it's definitely worth the money. I absolutely love it and I have been through a couple of tubes of this because I do really like it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to jump off camera and I'm just going to do my brows off camera because my brows are literally like what take me the longest. And I use the Revolution Pro brow pomade for that, and I also lock them in place with Browcote. So I'm just going to pop off camera and do that, and then we will get back into this video. So my eyebrows have been done off camera, and now I'm going to move on to the next step in my usual routine. And with me being trained as a makeup artist, I always do my brows and my eyes first, and I'm going to carve out my eyebrows. This is like routine of mine now. I always do this. It's just like I've got into the habit of doing it. So I always use a really flat brush like this to get the best effect, to really get in there and carve out. And I just use my usual concealer. I either use the Collection concealer or Nip Fab, and both of these are great for carving out the brows. So I just carve out the brow, you'll see me doing it, and then pat the concealer onto the lid to almost set it. So I just coat my brush. This just gives you a really clean looking brow as well. And then what I do up here to get in really precisely is I just take the very edge of that brush and run that right underneath where I've drawn my brows on. And then I just pat the concealer out onto the lid. And I also like to carve the top of my eyebrows, so I'm just going to, again, coat the brush and go back in and do that on the top of the brow. You really don't need a lot of concealer for this. And the great thing about when you do this around your brows as well is if you are someone like me that does your brows first, when you go in to do your foundation, you won't have that massive noticeable difference in colour between your foundation and your natural skin colour. And just literally go around where you've drawn out that brow. And then what I like to do here is you just drag the concealer up to the very edge of where you've drawn the brow on. And then I'm just going to go in and repeat that process on this eye. And although I'm a makeup artist, like, I'm not perfect at makeup, do you know what I mean? Like, I still have things, like my eyebrows are literally like the bane of my life. Like, I think eyebrows are the hardest thing to do. So moving on, then what I do as part of my everyday routine, I always like to stick a little, I normally do this at the beginning of my routine, but I've actually forgot. I always put a little bit of lip balm on my lips, especially if I know I'm going to wear a matte lipstick. I'm currently loving, which has been in like loads of favourites, the Hemp's lip balm. This is amazing, and it just helps if you've got any dryness to your lips. I love to do that. Right, so I'm just going to set that concealer in place. You literally want the tiniest bit of powder. I don't normally actually go in and put more powder on my brush, because if you do, you end up with light eyebrows because the powder fluffs up into your brows. I just use the excess of what's already on my powder brush and I just pat. What you want to make sure you do is, though, obviously the oils from your eye can sometimes crease the concealer. Just make sure your concealer is fully patted out so it's there's no creases in it before you do set it, because once you set it with powder, if there's a crease in it, you're never going to be able to shift that crease. So I just literally pat that on, and that's it. That is literally my, I don't put any eyeshadow on. It's my basic bitch routine. I don't put any eyeshadow on. I actually like to do my base next. So now, because I'm not doing any eyeshadow or anything, I'll move on to my base. So today, and what I've been using every day and loving at the moment, you guys know that I am a full coverage girl. I've got troubled skin and I just like everything to be covered. At the moment, I've literally, like, I didn't like this when I first tried it, but I've fallen in love with it, and that's the Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. I currently wear F6. I absolutely love this stuff, so I'm just going to go and get a damp beauty blender, and then we're going to blend this out onto my face. So I've just dampened my beauty blender. I just literally run it under the tap. Make sure you proper squeeze it out to get rid of any excess water. So I take this, I've actually took the stopper out of mine because I was getting towards the bottom, and the only thing I've found with this is once you start to get towards the bottom, because it's got the stopper thing, you get a lot of foundation that's stuck that you can't reach. So I've just took the stopper out of mine. That is a massive tip of mine actually for concealers as well, especially like I used to throw away my collection concealers, not take the stopper out, and there's so much concealer left in there. So definitely take the stopper out of products before you throw them away, because I guarantee you there'll be so much product left in there that's at the bottom that it can't reach because of the stopper. So definitely do that. So anyway, yeah, I'm just going to put a few thingies of this on my face. Everyone says this is too light for me, but actually look, it is darker than my natural skin colour. I think it's the light. Anyway, so we're going to go in now and blend that out with a sponge. A lot of people say this dries down quite quick. I've never had any problems with it, and I always apply it to all of my face. Some people do say it dries down quick. It might be because I apply more of it though. I don't know. Always, always, always take under your neck, because if not, you're going to see a massive, massive one of those tide lines where you can see the difference in the colour between your skin and the foundation that you're wearing. It's not so bad when your foundation's like quite a close match like this, but honestly, it's not a good look. And I always try to like stamp a little bit on my ear as well, because I always think that you end up with a little like pink mark on your ear where your foundation's not blended out quite how you want it to, because you haven't blended it out far enough. Now this foundation, I must admit, is one of those foundations that when you first put it on, you're like, like I am anyway, but it's one of those that when it sort of melds with your skin after a couple of minutes, it literally just looks unreal. I always try and blend out a little bit into your hairline as well, just to stop. I mean, obviously people know we're wearing makeup, but you just don't want to look like a completely different colour, do you, to what you're wearing, do you know what I mean? Now my foundation is all blended out, I like to go in with my collection concealer. I do a couple of little triangles under my eye. I do a little bit on my chin, down the bridge of my nose. I always like to run it on the back of the concealer, like doe foot though, when I do it on my nose, and then a little bit on my forehead, just to highlight in places. And then I go in with, again, my beauty blender sponge and just blend this out. I'm really shit at talking when I'm like trying to concentrate on something. I think it's hard with you when you're doing your makeup though, because you get so used to, like, obviously you're doing it on your own, you're not really talking to anyone. So I think when I'm doing tutorials, I always feel like I do them really badly because I'm like, I forget to talk. We are blended out. So now I go in and I set my foundation, and I love the Glo and Ray Luminescent powder. This has been in my yearly favourites for last year. I've literally hit pan. I've nearly got nothing, like I've literally got nothing left hardly. This is amazing. The only thing with this powder is don't wear it if you're going to be going out on a night out and you want loads of photographs taken, because it doesn't do well with flashback. I'm not sure if it's the luminous particles in here, but it does give you a bit of a white cast on camera flashes, so just be careful with that. But it is an amazing powder. I really do love it, and it doesn't like make you look cakey or anything. It just gives you this like nice glow to the skin and sets the makeup in place. And it's not, even though it looks like it's got a slight colour to it, it's not one of those powders where it like cakes up in places and like gives you like orange patches or anything. It just literally, like, it's amazing. And I'm using the Soul Beauty domed powder brush to do that. This is an amazing powder brush. I absolutely love the Soul Beauty brushes. If you've not checked them out yet, you really need to. This brush is so good for powder, and they do some amazing brush sets, so definitely check them out. Then I go in with my contour powder. At the moment I'm using the little mini Benefit Hoola bronzer, and I just like to contour the cheeks and the forehead area. Just taking that in circular motions, because if you just go like this you end up with like a massive brown line, where if you actually do it in circular motions it just blends the product out nicer, I find, and that's how I was taught to do it. I like to do across the forehead. Everything is in circular motions for me, that's how I've been taught. Don't drag your contour too far down because it will drag your face down and it'll make you look like you've got like a really long face. Then another little extra step that I've started doing of late, and that is bronzing going over my contour and bronzing my face up a little bit with a more glittery bronzer, and this just gives you that really nice golden glorious glow. I'm loving the Protocol Baked Mineral Shimmer in Ginger Splash at the moment. This honestly is just absolutely stunning. It's super pretty, and I just take it on a brush like this, give it a few taps, tap it off because you don't want a lot, and then I just literally just run it over ever so slight of where I've already contoured. You literally just need the tiniest bit. I have to be careful with this when I'm on camera because it looks amazing in real life, but sometimes because it's shimmery it does really reflect, so you do have to be careful of that. But it just like brings your face to life, it's amazing. Then I like to go in with a little bit of blusher, and I like the Apricot Swirl blusher. Well, it's a Baked Mineral Shimmer by Protocol. This is another one of their products, and this is just stunning. It's a beautiful like rose gold, honestly it's amazing. I just take a little bit of this on a brush and then just tap on the balls of my cheeks, and I always just tap back in just to dull things down a little bit. If you feel like you've overdone it, just tap back in with your powder brush and it'll just take it down a notch. That's always a good tip from me, and it really does help. Right, so now I've done like most of the base of my face, the most important thing to me is highlighter. So I always go full on glam with my highlight. It doesn't matter whether I'm literally going to the shops, the cinema, or whatever I'm going to do. If I'm doing my makeup, I'm putting this highlighter on. I am just that type of girl that I love a good highlight. I'm going to go in with this really small, it looks like a very large eyeshadow brush, but I love this. This is a pro brush in P6, and I'm going to go in with the Doll Beauty Shine Bright highlighter. I would show you this, but it's literally smashed. To be quite honest, I need a new one. I need to invest in a new one of these. I keep repressing it, but it's so fragile. Still a hell of a lot of product in here though, that's why I sort of refused to buy another one. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do first. I'm just going to go in, I've got a little bit on my finger off me pressing that back together. I'm just going to rub this on my Cupid's bow. So I like to spray my brush with a little bit of makeup fixing spray. The one I'm loving at the moment is the Pixi Makeup Mist. I really like this. Just a couple of spritzers on there. I take a little bit of this on my brush and then let the magic happen. And just in circular motions. Don't drag this down too far. This stuff is like gold dust. It's amazing, honestly. If you're in the market for a highlighter, these Doll Beauty highlighters, they're £15 each. You can get them in most top shops now, and they have doll stands, their lashes, their highlighters, literally. They've launched pigments, they've got tans. It's an incredible brand by two incredible women. Definitely recommend you checking it out. So I'm just going to do exactly the same on the other cheek. Yes, this is my everyday makeup when I do my everyday makeup. I'm just going to do exactly the same thing. The thing with this is it's one of those highlighters as well. When your makeup starts to sort of melt together, when you put a fixing spray on, it literally melts into your skin like butter. And I mean, highlighters never look natural, but this just looks stunning. It looks absolutely like, oh. So once I've done that, I take a tiny little bit of the excess and just do a little bit over my forehead. I always run down the bridge of my nose. You don't want too much though, because you look like a bit of a tin man if you do too much, I think, on your nose. But I just like to run a little bit down and just a tiny bit on the tip of my nose. Oh, and then I'm just going to go in with, this is another Soul Beauty brush. This is their EO6 shadow application brush. I actually like this for brow bone highlight and inner corner. So I'm just going to go back in with a bit of that Pixi setting spray, take a little bit of this on my brush, and I'm going to do my brow bone highlight and my inner corner highlight. Girl, goddamn, you killing it. Take a bit on this brow bone. God, honestly, can I bathe in this? This highlighter is unbelievable. I was taught to really make your highlight pop, and I don't do this every day. This tends to be more when I'm going out, but I'm going to do this today just to give you this little tip because it's such an amazing tip. Go in with a slightly lighter highlighter. Now their lighter highlighter is called Like a Diamond. This is more of a like a silvery or a light gold, where the other one's more of a gold. I go in with a thinner brush like this, spray this with a bit of my fixing mist again, that's it. Take a little bit of this on this brush, and what you do to really make that highlighter pop, like it's not already popping, you go inside this highlight. You ready? You ready for this? You just literally swirl that brush with that lighter shade inside of that highlight, and I mean, wow. Honestly, oh, it literally just makes it pop, guys. Do you see that? Do you see that? Do you see that? Oh, that is amazing. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set my face before I go in and finish off my eyes. So I'm just going to go in with the Makeup Fixing Mix by Pixi that I've just been showing you. Really nice good pump spray on this, and just spray that. The thing that's amazing about this is this spray's got a lot of skincare benefits to it. So it's got rose water, green tea, it's got really nice skincare benefits. So rose water is really good for hydrating the skin if you've got dehydrated skin, and it just really helps your makeup like meld together and look, oh my god, amazing. Oh my god. Right, so then what I like to do is I go in with a bit of, if I can find it, yeah, I like to go in with a little bit of eyeliner and just do a simple wing. I don't do any eyeshadow on my basic bitch days. I literally don't do any eyeshadow. I go in with a little bit of wing liner. If you wanted more basic than this, you could literally go in, throw a little bit of mascara on, put a bit of lippy on, and then that's it, you're ready to go. I like to go that little bit of extra step even when I'm being basic, but you can literally, honestly, it's up to you how you want to do it. So I just go in with a little bit of eyeliner. The one I'm using is the Bourjois liner feature in Ultra Black. Love this liner. I'm not sure if they make it anymore, and I just do a cat line. This is just all about, basically doing wing liner is literally just about practice. It took me a long time to master it. I've been looking back at some of my old videos and I'm like, oh my god, did you leave the house like that? And I thought I was amazing at wing liner, where now I'm like, yeah, you sort of got it, girl. Like then I didn't have a clue. A good way to learn is to, I sometimes do, if I want a really precise line, I got some of this makeup artistry tape from Primark, and you can literally just, it works better if you do your eyes before you've done your makeup, which I normally would, and I stick this on and you can literally just draw across it, so you're not having to worry about your lines or anything. Yes, queen. And even this, I think this looks crazy until you have lashes on and stuff. Right, so I'm just going to go in and do this other eye. Look, even my eyeliner are like sisters, not twins. But it's fine, I'm putting lashes on, so no one will even know, it's fine. Apart from everyone watching YouTube. Right guys, so then even on my basic bitch days, I go in with a pair of lashes, but first I always curl my lashes before I put mascara on. So I'm just going to curl my lashes. Then I'm going to go in with my, love this mascara. This is the Lola Infinite Lashes mascara, amazing mascara. I'm just going to go in with this, and then we will put some glue on my lashes. This is such an amazing mascara. I always put my mascara on before I do my false lashes, because I used to always do them after to blend them out a bit, but actually if you've got something like the doll lash, like false lashes, the faux mink lashes, you are going to get a lot less wear out your lashes because you're damaging them and you're caking them up and gunking them up with mascara, where if you actually just go in and stick the lashes on, they'll actually blend with the mascara anyway, if that makes any sense, and you're going to get a lot longer out your lashes. I am going to be wearing the doll lashes in Olivia today. Absolutely love these. I'm just going to go in with a little bit of my Kiss lash glue and put some adhesive on them. This Kiss lash glue is amazing. It's a aloe vera lash glue. It dries down, it comes out white, dries down clear like duo, but it's just a really nice lash glue. The thing I like about it is when you take your lashes off at the end of the day, the lash glue, like just literally you can peel it off. So I feel like since I've used this, I'm getting a lot longer wear out my lashes. Right guys, so I'm just going to let those dry down. While I'm doing that, I think we'll pick a lipstick to go in with. Now I just want to say, with a look like this, once I get my lashes on, a really bold red lip like this looks insane. It really does, and you'll have probably seen me wear this look a lot in current videos. I did wear this in like my Primark haul and stuff, but I'm actually going to go in with a more nude glossy lip today. I just fancy a really glossy lip, so I'm going to go in with the Pixi Mattelast lipstick in Evening Rose, and then I'm going to top it off with the Sleek Lip Shot Gloss Impact Gloss in the shade Plot Twist. I like that, so I'm going to go in with that. I'm just going to take balm off my lips, and then we can go in with this. The thing I love about these lip things is they've got this like love heart wand doe foot applicator, which makes it really easy to apply the product. Now I always slightly overline my top lip because I have a tiny top lip compared to my bottom lip. I'm just going to let this dry down a little bit before I go in with that gloss. I think these lashes might be dried now enough to apply these while we're waiting for my matte lipstick to dry. I actually find eyelashes so... You watch, don't say that, don't jinx yourself. But I actually find them really easy to apply because I've been doing them for so long. But I used to find them a pain in the ass. I used to hate eyelashes. Honestly, I used to absolutely hate them, where now I just know what I'm doing with them. I haven't trimmed these, by the way, because I already know these are the right size for my eyes because I've already trimmed them in the past. Right guys, so these are my lashes. Yes bitch. I'm just waiting for the glue to dry a bit because the glue is still looking a bit white because it's not dried properly yet. But it will dry clear. So I'm going to go in with that lip gloss shot by Sleek, like we were talking about, and just make these lips look super juicy. Well, actually this is the perfect match for this. So guys, I'm just going to pop off camera and get changed into something a little bit more appropriate rather than my Soap and Glory onesie, and then I'll show you the completed look. But look at this. Yeah. So guys, this is the completed look. Super simple, super easy, gorgeous glowy skin. This is literally my everyday makeup, and like I say, if you put a red lip or something like this, it just looks so effective. It looks gorgeous, honestly. I absolutely love this look. And literally, well, I must love it. I literally wear it every day. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, then please give this video a thumbs up. If you're new here, then hit subscribe. There's plenty more interesting content coming like this. And if you're already subscribed, make sure that notification bell switched on. Gotta be making sure that my videos are popping up in your subscription box. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I'd love to know what other tutorials you would like to see. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what other makeup tutorials you would like to see, and I shall see you in the next one. Mwah. Thanks for watching.